Now we're going to burn through Act 2 here while we're at it. This is actually the second recording of Act 2. I fucked up the first one horribly. And the first thing you notice is we've somehow managed to find a way out into the desert. The second thing you'll have noticed is quicksand. Now this stuff screws you up because it fucks around with your movement and that makes it very hard to change directions quickly. Since Ninja Gaiden has always been fucked up when it comes to rapidly changing your direction. So you'll notice me taking a lot of hits there. I didn't really have to, because I screwed up and got bogged down in quicksand. Which, yeah, I get that's how quicksand is supposed to function, but... And you also notice it takes health off you if you get down too low. Though it doesn't actually make a noise to tell you that it's going to do so, which is a rather unpleasant surprise if, like me, you didn't see it coming. But, I mean, it's fucking quicksand in a Ninja Gaiden game, I really should have seen that. And what appears to be some sort of Colas and Bigfoot hybrid thing. And spider copters, because everything in the world is made better with flying biomechanical spiders. I don't even know what the fuck these things on the ground are. I've played through 2 Ninja Gaiden games already and I still can't work out what the hell that thing is. And more Colas for Bigfoot. You also notice that I have actually fixed one of the things that really pissed me off about this game thus far. The enemies no longer respawn if you move out of sight. Now, as it's seriously much more mechanical aesthetic this time around. And yes, in typical Ninja Gaiden fashion, those spikes on the roof can and will kill you. Repeatedly. I found this out the hard way. I'm not sure if that's sand or lava in the background either. There's the sword pickup for this level. And the spinies that look like they belong in fucking Mario Brothers. I mean, seriously. When was the Mushroom Kingdom your source of blueprints for this shit? Because I'm kind of noticing a bit of a division between the biological enemies and the more human mechanical ones. And yes, here we have the inevitable race against the climb bit. It's actually a bitch of a section in a way you wouldn't realise. If you leap up too high across the screen, sometimes the game treats it like you were grabbing onto a ledge, even when there's no ledge there to grab onto, which causes problems. Also, you can be hit by enemies that are off-screen, but close enough to the screen to have been loaded into memory. You'll see that up here in a second. Seriously, it's a fucking destroyer droid out of Star Wars. And the poor baton-wielding mercenaries. They brought back the scroll power-ups as well. They do the same thing as in old games. Poor... You're sending humans with nightsticks to fight an unstoppable ninja. I'm beginning to think this is just a way of culling people down so they don't have to pay for the retirement fund. It's the only thing that makes sense. And yes, the flaming shuriken makes a return. And the collision detection in this game is buggy as hell in a few places. Not so much the weapon detection, that's quite good. The detection of when you're actually touching an enemy, that's fucked. And I mean, that is fucked in the head like Ray's last victim. Not much more I can say about this. I'm still not sure if that is sand or lava or what in the background. I don't think there's really much difference because, you know, superheated sand is going to do a number on you regardless. And any sand that can flow, and, you know, inevitable boss death right there. And here we have a giant shark battle. Shark mantis, I guess. No, it's definitely a mechanical shark bat. Fairly standard pattern he uses. Flies up, launches fireballs, flies back down. If you're willing to be risky, you can get in a ton of hits each time he pauses down at the bottom, assuming you don't do what I did there and walk right into it. Again, I probably picked the worst weapon for this fight. The shuriken's not much use when it can only inflict a single hit. The other ones, you know, can rake somebody multiple times and thus do a lot of damage that way. You'll see here, if you can catch him at the right point, you can strip a lot of health off him fast. He's not really that threatening. I mean, a biomechanical shark bat isn't going to be that threatening in the first place, unless you happen to be in a Z-grade horror film, but it is a place. Castle Rock. You have been told this, Ryu. Jesus Christ, it's Nick Fury's low-rent clone. Foster. For a game with storylines that could only have come up from a late 80s, early 90s amphetamines binge, this game actually has really good continuity. And that's basically the only praise you're ever going to hear me give its storyline. It's completely coherent in and of itself, it's just batshit fucking loco. And that is the least convincing denial since Sarah Palin's last speech. I really feel sorry for Foster if he fights Ryu one-on-one. I mean, he's a CIA desk jockey. Unless he is also some sort of satanic hell ninja, he really doesn't stand a chance. I think at this point the truth is quite obvious, Ryu. Foster is screwing you.